Yeah, so we said last week that we'd go through some YouTube channels, some Instagram profiles. So we had some of the guys send some channels through. I think we've got a mix as well. So we've got some people that are doing tutorials, which is good to see. Some type beats. And then I think there was an Instagram profile as well we could check out just to give a mix of reviews, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's just get straight into it. I think people will find this helpful, to be honest. Just let me know if you guys can see the screen as well.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
All good?
I can see.
So, Dorello's actually part of the community as well. Good guy, makes like fire loops. It's good beats, man. He's mainly doing type beats, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just close that.
Melodic drill, Central C.
Let me see if he's doing shorts as well. So he's got a few shorts there, but it's mainly type beats.
Mainly type beats.
Yeah, sad melodic
looking
drill.
like roughly twice a week, right? Twice a week upload.
6 days ago, 13 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So instantly I'd say
seems to be doing all right. Look, there's 12k, 11k.
Yeah, some of these views are actually solid.
Maybe that was you know, when around the time Central C was releasing his album.
Oh yeah. Yeah, potentially. Looking at the thumbnails, there's a couple of things that I notice here. I think it sort of looks like there's too much going on. He's changing the font a lot. And I don't think the logo's really needed as well. I think the logo can be a bit distracting.
I don't think he needs the big word in the middle. I don't think it adds to it.
I think just it's like the consistency of the font, because it might be worth testing. Like, I'm sure you'll have access to A/B testing, but it might be worth testing without the font as well. Like, I use fonts in mine, and they tend to perform better. A lot of channels that are working do have the big text in the middle, but it might be worth changing it. But I think just having a consistent font is one thing, because it looks like it's changing quite a bit, especially when it comes to like the Christmas one and everything. And like here, and then these. With the, what do you guys think of the thumbnails? Would you change anything?
You know what? It's hard for me to say, because it might be a type beat thing where the writing is needed, like you were saying, or you know, this is kind of just the style that rappers are used to clicking on.
Yeah.
But for me, when I'm looking at it, the writing is so big that it's hard to tell Essential C sometimes.
I think maybe it's I think it's
like,
distracting as well, because you've got Dorello production underneath the main font, and then you've also got your logo in the corner. I don't think you need the Dorello and the logo.
Like, for example, if we're looking at talking, I mean, that thumbnail doesn't really tell me anything, and that might be why it has like 300 views compared to the one next to it, where you can definitely tell it's Central C.
Yeah, let's look at, so the ones that are popping off in terms of views, this one's got 4k. It's like the eyes are looking at us. This one's done 3k. Again, his face is really clear.
You can tell Essential C, I think, do quite well.
This one as well, 1.9. His face is right there, 2.2. So yeah, I guess the image that you choose, this one again, really well, 12k.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious that it's Central C. So I think the thumbnail just needs a bit of work. It just needs a little bit of clarity. I think just be careful about the image you choose, because it looks like the ones that are working are the ones where his face is just like right there. He's almost looking at us. It makes you want to click
obvious.
on it.
When it's not so obvious, it seems like they don't do as well.
Like this one, he's kind of hidden. 627 views. That one, it's kind of hard to tell it's him. Obviously, Ice Spice is there, but same with that one. It's a bit too edited with the background and everything. I just get a nice clean image. And maybe in Photoshop, you can do things like adjusting the clarity, you know, just to make his face pop a little bit more. And then I would maybe play around with just not having either the logo in the bottom left or Dorello production under the font. If you want to keep Dorello production under the font, then just get rid of the logo at the bottom left, because I think it's just another thing to distract people. I think just keep Central C's face, have a font in the middle, and then develop production. I think that could be fine underneath. But just A/B test some without develop production and with, and then you'll learn a bit more from that. In terms of the keywords that you're going for, it seems to be working for him really, because he's consistent with it.
Well.
Yeah. Sad melodic drill,
with that.
and that is his style of beat as well. I've listened to a lot of his beats because he submits them for reviews. The beats are fire. They're like really emotional drill beats, so I don't even think you need to change that keyword too much. Let's just click on one and see what he's got in the description. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like the logo.
Yeah, the logo's kind of...
Not with the black line around it.
Yeah.
I think as soon as you click on the video, the logo just looks a bit outdated. It looks a little bit cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you hear that, see that text looks alright. Maybe too much glow. I think the brand in there is just, as soon as I click on that, it's telling me beginner.
Yeah.
Just because the logo's quite old and outdated. So I'd maybe look at just getting that rebranded a little bit more. Just something simple, just a nice like little modern, simple logo would work a bit better. For the description, it's got the tags there, the key, BPM and everything. BeatStars link, let me see where that sends him. I would maybe stop sending people to the main BeatStars page because there's too many distractions for people. You can click on ads for other pages. If you've got a pro page, you always send people to the pro page, because then when they go on your site, the only distraction they're going to have is other beats on your site. But if someone clicks on here, it's like, oh, let me click up here, all these tabs, go down there, there's other producers with their beats. So you could just be losing out a bit there.
Does BeatStars give you an option where it's a simple, you click a link and it takes you directly to the beat, but without so many options for stuff?
Yeah, so
almost like a landing page.
You can take people to the pro page. So when you go to share the track, there's an option to take people to this page, which is just a BeatStars site. You could take people to a pro page, which is just your site. So it'll look like this. So you've just got your beats there, but then you're not going to have distractions from other people. I don't know if you can send people to just that single track.
You should be able to. You just click share next to the beat, then it takes you like straight just to the beat page. Like if you click on your top beat, like on the actual words though of the beat,
short URL.
Yeah, if you click that, it takes you directly to that beat, and then there's some beats underneath it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It would be better if they could just allow.
And also, I think BeatStars take a cut.
To a checkout.
Yeah, BeatStars. I think BeatStars take a cut if you take them to the marketplace as well. They introduced it like a few months ago.
Well, they take it from the artist, don't they? The artist has to pay a fee.
Right.
So it doesn't come out of the producer's pocket, but still, it's
they're gonna get
might
hit.
Put people off.
Yeah.
They add it to the cart. Yeah, and then they're getting hit. So I think the pro page is worth it, and I would maybe, if you're looking to sell more, I'd maybe look at just having some option for people to download something for free and start collecting emails as well. I think in the description you could probably simplify it, because I've started simplifying mine as well, to be honest, because I used to have all my Instagram, my referrals, everything like that. But again, it's just too many options for people. It's like you can have the description and maybe put the link even a bit further up, and then just have this one link, but then also a link to download it for free in exchange for an email address. Obviously, it would be a tagged version, but that's how you're going to start building up your list with beats, to be honest.
No, I think you covered everything. I think with that channel, just a bit more professional looking branding, and then it doesn't have to be a different logo completely. It just needs cleaning up, one solid bold color, and then
I would say change the whole logo. Honestly, I don't think that's a good logo.
Yeah, this definitely needs to be changed. I think this main one. Just something simple would go a long way.
Just something cleaner, you know, and not so, like you said, it looks a bit tacky. Maybe just something more professional.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's everything for that one. He's on the right track though. Like, he's getting good views. I think if he just nails those few things down and he just carries on being consistent, then
Exactly.
that channel will continue to grow. All right, let's jump into another one. Maxi, you said you guys watch his content.
Yeah, I've seen his I've seen a couple of his videos pop up.
Yeah, I think he's been killing it though recently.
It's very
Oh, he's uploading a lot.
I think he does daily and just consistent theme, or not theme, sorry, like a consistent style. If I remember, it's just cook-ups but with no voice, right? It's just...
Oh, there's no voice. It's just
I don't think so.
one. So just daily cook-ups.
Pretty much.
Okay, got ya.
Yep.
So the thumbnail's consistent. I mean, he is getting views and traction because he's hitting 60k. Like, if I was normally looking at a channel like this, I'd probably say the thumbnail needs work, because I feel like, yeah, it's just not what we're used to, is it? Because we'd usually have the main person, like the face a bit bigger, maybe covering up a bigger part of the screen. And then, because looking at these, it almost looks like there's quite a bit to focus on. You've got like the piano roll in the background, and then a picture there, and then him quite small in the corner as well. I'd be tempted to just test something where it's you a bit bigger, like covering more of the screen, and then you could have some sort of blurred out background. Even if you want to use that piano roll, just like really blur it out, because that's not the focus. Like, people aren't looking at this to see the piano roll, but you could keep that in there so it's still a bit recognizable. And then whichever track you're focusing on, like the album, maybe just have that to the other side. So say, for example, if you were on this side but expanded, covering up quite a bit of it, and then the album was on that side, you could still have the arrow and the background blurred a little bit. I'd be tempted to try that just to see how it performs.
Have you seen, I think if you go to that guy's popular ones, he's got like some really well performing ones with the same thumbnail. It's kind of hit and miss with his channel.
Because it's almost, it's as if this is his USP.
Yeah.
It's meant to be simple.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what makes it work, because it's so consistent and simple. It's very low effort.
Yeah. And all things considered as well, like,
not really much editing going on.
Yeah, and in all things considered, he's uploading every day, and for fuck's sake.
Yeah, to do a thumbnail every day would be tough.
He cut out as he was just about to say something, innit?
Yeah, I think maybe it was. Go on.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think maybe LB was gonna say if he's uploading every single day, it might be tricky to focus so much on a heavily edited thumbnail. Yeah.
One thing I was going to say though, some of these, you know the red arrow that points to the image.
Yeah.
Some of them are not. Some of them are hard to tell. So for example, there's making an orchestral metro booming type beat, and it's pointing to something. It's pointing to someone, but I can't tell that's metro.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe if he switched it and made it more obvious that it's metro.
Yeah,
that could help, because I'm seeing some where it's a bit more obvious, like this is definitely Travis Scott. This is.
Let's see which ones have popped off.
Yeah, sorry, I got cut off a minute ago, but I was going to say, because he's uploading every day, can't expect crazy views on every video, but I feel like accumulative, he's probably getting a decent amount of views every month. Maybe check his Social Blade or something. Might just be a slow burner channel that builds up over time. You just get like a lot of core fans that want those like chilled cook-ups. But 3-4 years of that, you'll get a crazy audience.
Yeah, that's a tough one to say, isn't it? Because it is working for him, and he's uploading every single day.
I think there's going to get to a point where, because it's so consistent, one will pop off and then more will kind of trickle along with it.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the way he could probably be going.
And also the relaxed thumbnails do match the style of the video as well.
Yeah.
Because he's not talking in the video, so he's not going for the whole, alright, let me get people in with a hook. I feel like it's just quite entertaining for people to sit back and just watch a cook up. Not everyone wants to be talked to. Some people enjoy just watching the process. Yeah,
he's probably definitely building straight music producer kind of audience.
Yeah.
Which is, it's ideal, He could mess around with the thumbnails, but I don't know how it would perform. It's more just an A/B kind of split test. But I think maybe if he just made some of them more obvious, it could help.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got his consistent theme going, like you said. It's just if he wants to test it, it's there's no harm in A/B testing a few things. Even just blurring that background a little bit and having a more obvious picture of whoever's beat you're cooking up for.
Mm-hmm.
Could even just try something simple as well, like like A/B testing small changes, like maybe just upping the saturation could be a little bit of a, could give it a little bit of a boost. Who knows?
Maybe his angle.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had a MIDI keyboard in the angle.
Yeah.
But then again, it might give the viewer too much to focus on within that thumbnail.
Yeah, at the minute he's got like a good rule of three. He's got FL Studio, the artist, and him, or like him, the arrow, and the artist.
Yeah.
So it's kind of got a good balance at the minute.
It'd be interesting to see if he just took out the FL Studio cookup as well.
The background.
No,
From the title.
So you know, in every title it says making a blah 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 type beat.
FL Studio cookup.
It might just read cleaner, just making an old Kanye West type beat.
Yeah, I think it's 50
Without
characters that it gives you before it starts cutting off when people view it, right?
Yeah.
On your phone, I think. Yeah. Because when you put in an FL Studio cookup, it becomes longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
it's
could
not
be
a big
worth
deal.
testing.
It's not a massive deal. Just it might just make the title look a little bit cleaner, easier to read. But yeah, it's nothing crazy.
And the description. Yeah, I guess it depends what his goal is. Is he wanting to grow the YouTube channel, sell more kits? Let's see where the kits are taking him.
BeatStars, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, this
man,
is
I'd
what I
say
meant for the
get
beat.
off BeatStars for kits.
But this is what I meant for the beats, because you see how it's taking you straight to
yeah.
just buy.
I think there is an
That's
option.
just how it'd be for the beats.
There might be an option. I can't remember, to be honest. I should know that really. But yeah, I usually send people to the pro page. Let's look. Let me see where mine's sending people. TV. I think mine just sends people to like the main pro page.
Nah, same thing.
Yeah. That shouldn't be the case. I don't do my uploads anymore. So, good job I've noticed that. Because that's just sending people to the actual BeatStars page, yeah.
Yeah, it's too much going on.
Has he done that for the last one as well? Yeah, that's wrong. I need to change all of these. Let me show you what it should look like. I'll actually go onto the tracks on BeatStars. Like I'm going to share it. Yeah, I know what you mean, because as soon as you go on a page, there's just a lot of distractions, isn't there? Where's my tracks? So tracks. BeatStars. Cactus. Have we lost LOB? Is he still there?
No, I'm here now. I'm in and out every like 3 minutes. It kicks me out.
Going.
It's so frustrating.
Ah, shit. Okay. Yeah, unless BeatStars have changed something recently.
Maybe so.
Because it was taking me there. Hopefully that's not the case. I won't waste time with it anyway. But yeah, just have a look and see if you can direct people directly to beats for people doing type beat channels. But yeah, if you're trying to sell sample packs, drum kits, I'd say BeatStars just isn't the way to go, man. One, obviously you're gonna get, I think people get fees on sample packs as well. Like, do producers who buy kits have to pay the fee? They probably do if artists have to pay the fee for the beats. But the main thing with BeatStars is just you don't have a lot of control over it. It's like, yeah, sure, some people will start buying these, but if you've got beats on BeatStars and sound kits, you can't really separate the audience. So if you're going to end up using email marketing to push these a bit harder, then the way BeatStars works is as soon as someone makes a purchase, they'll get assigned a tag called sales. And if someone downloads something for free, they get assigned a tag called free. But you can't separate the tags for beats and sound kits. So then if you want to email just the producers who have been buying kits, you can't do that, because you're just going to email everyone with the sales tag, which might mean people who have bought beats as well as the sound kits. So it's going to be really hard to segment your audience. And also things like SEO, for example, you don't have full control over that, because you're just sending people to the BeatStars site, and you just don't have a lot of options when it comes to the design. And if you want to use apps for upsells, like if you're using Shopify, for example, you could have an upsell where someone clicks to add this to the cart, and then it will make a recommended upsell, or it'll be like, you know, could say something like, why not double your sounds for 25% off or 50% off, however you want to do it. And then you could upsell them to version 7 as well, because right now it's just like, you add that to the cart, there's not much you can do with it. There's just a lot of limitations when you're using BeatStars to sell kits. So if possible, I'd try to get to something like Shopify ASAP for that, if that's what you're trying to grow.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of links as well, so it might be worth just condensing it a little bit. You've got like content links, socials, and then 8 different kits. It's kind of a lot for people to focus on. And then the full test for people to do. I guess just it depends what you're trying to focus on. Like, we don't know if he just wants people to carry on watching more of his videos, or if he's really trying to get more drum kit sales. So have a think about what you're trying to focus on, and then maybe just make it a bit more concise for people.
Maybe put that this top line of the description in the comment. Just put a comment on your own video, and then it'll kind of encourage some engagement in the comments, instead of, because people might miss that in the description. Plus, and then they'll miss your links as well. Oh, you have kind of done that, I suppose.
Yeah, he's got that as the pin one.
But I'd maybe try putting in like the nothing with links in the comments. I just try start a conversation in the comments. I've only just started doing it recently, but I think it's a better way to just drive a bit more engagement in the comments, instead of just like, buy my kits. They'll be able to see the kits in the description. So just put something like, basically what you put at the top of the description, you know, a little conversation starter, like what you use, what you go to VSTs, you know, ask a question or something at the end. Yeah,
that could be helpful to drive engagement. I can't lie, I've probably been doing the opposite recently, where whatever kit I've been using in the video, I have been like pinning that as a comment. But I get it. I guess it depends what you're focusing on. If you want to like get more engagement to boost the channel a bit, then something like LLB said would be good. Obviously, if your main goal is more kit sales, then I just maybe have one kit, just one link, because right there you've got as a pinned comment, listen to the acapella here, and then there's version 2 to 8, so you've got 7 different kits. I'd maybe just focus on one link if you're trying to push people somewhere. Otherwise, there's just too many options. Or if you just want engagement, do what LLB said.
Yeah.
So yeah, but everything seems to be working, man. It's on 60k, which is sick, so I wouldn't stress it too much. Let's see. Alright, we've got another type beat. Proud V.
Seems like a new channel though, only 10 videos. Sorry, that's 10 subscribers, my bad.
So 2 months.
2 months, still new.
Let's see, so gonna type beat. LB can probably help with this because he's doing something similar, but everything's consistent with the title, which is quite good. It's just kind of hard to say.
It's a tough one to do though these days, because
that wave has passed in a way.
Yeah, and it's been done a lot. It's, you know, there's a tool in vidIQ or TubeBuddy which will tell you
how many people are searching it. It kind of
gives you a read, of search volume versus demand.
Gonna still getting searched.
I have a feeling that doing a Gunna type beat.
Go on, sorry,
it's probably getting searched, but it's just a lot of competition for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that.
What's the beats like? Are the beats any good?
The Gunna type. Oh well, his beats. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But I was gonna say
these beats, because that's gonna be a big difference.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they got to be
Gunna's getting searched, but he's not. The competition's kind of fierce, and a lot of the guys that are big are using this same style. Like they're using the black bar thumbnails, you know, with the square images. So everyone's kind of blended into the same person. So maybe if you want to stick out, like I'm making the same mistake now. I need to switch up my thumbnails on my test account, but it might be worth just going back to like.
Can you guys hear this, by the way?
No, I can't.
No.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
But
you can tell us. Is it good enough?
It sounded decent. Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna target a hard keyword, your beats already have to be really,
they need to
good.
proper slap.
Yeah.
I'd also play with the packaging as well, though, because I think, like I say, everyone's doing the same style in terms of like branding, like just the gunner in the middle and then the black bars. So I'd just like switch up, maybe go like swap the perspective, make it landscape. Try maybe with a little bit of text on it as well, just something to make yours stand out a bit better.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, LB, your mic is a bit.
Produced by Beth.
Your thing is coming out kind of robotic.
Yeah, it sounded mad. I couldn't really hear anything he was saying. It sounds like a good beat, like it's easy to flow over.
Yeah.
So the beats are good, like I'm fine uploading those. It's obviously quite early to tell because it has only been 2 months, and especially with type beat channels, like you could be posting for over a year before you see any like good traction, which is just a crazy thing. And then even then, there's no like guarantees.
Has he dropped recently, Ghana?
I'm not sure. He is posting every day, which is good to see. But I'm not sure if Gunna's released anything recently. But yeah,
it might be one of those things that once he starts dropping new music, you might see like a little bit of a bump in the type beats.
Yeah, definitely. And it might be worth just looking at testing it with. Maybe you could use Gunna, but then I'd be tempted to test it with an artist that has like a similar style, but is a bit more relevant now as well, just to see. Yeah. Because like Ocean said, like we've kind of gone past that Gunna wave now, so everyone who was blasting those type beats at the time would have kind of grown with Gunna. It seems to be the way that type beat channels work. It's like as the artist is growing, that's how the type beat channel grows as well. So you have to be an early adopter, really.
For sure. I was just going to say as well, maybe it might be worth adding in melodic trap beat or maybe some sort of description in the title.
Yeah, just something a bit more evergreen. So like Gunna X melodic guitar trap beat or whichever keyword seems to slap. Yeah, it's funny because it seems like these days keywords aren't as relevant as they were a while back, especially for things like, I don't know, for the type of videos that we're doing. But then with type beats, I feel like they are still relevant because it's what artists are actually searching for when they're looking for beats. So it's worth having a look at vidIQ or TubeBuddy and just seeing what's popping off more recently. Because sometimes you'll look at the tags and you might be looking at just the overall ranking of them, but they might have popped off like last year or before that. So maybe have a look at like the last 90 days or the last 6 months or something like that, and then see what keywords seem to be doing quite well. Sometimes it's just a bit of research just to see like what artists are on the come up. A lot of the time it's someone that not everyone's heard of, but you can see that they're just gaining a lot of traction, and the people who start making type beats for them early, they're the channels that seem to blow up, because as soon as that artist just takes off to another level, then everyone who's been making those type beats, they grow up with them. So Gunna is a tricky one because he's been around for so long. I'm sure people will still be searching for his type of beat, but it's going to be really hard to rank because there's already so many other channels that have been doing Gunna type beats for a long time. They're obviously just going to pop up.
It might just take a long time for this one to go.
Yeah. 2 months is just a bit too short to tell. Obviously, you're thinking, oh, I've been uploading beats every day for 2 months. I've only got 10 subscribers. But
it is a saturated market, man, for Gunna type beats.
Yeah. You're just gonna need some patience, but yeah, maybe just try what we said. Just try to do like Gunna either like with another similar artist who's more relevant now, or just with something more evergreen like melodic guitar trap beats. Let me see the description real quick. Yeah, just got the link right at the top. Yeah, if BeatStars have changed it. Yeah, it's the same again, so maybe they've changed it.
It's kind of cheeky, BeatStars.
Well, hopefully BeatStars have changed it because it's a better conversion rate. To me, it doesn't seem like it, but I hope so.
It's just a money thing. It's a money thing. 100%.
A lot of the changes they've done are kind of weird, man. They made a lot of changes to the BeatStars studio, which just haven't been great. But yeah, same with you. If you're looking to sell more beats, I'd look at just having obviously the option for people to buy, but then also an option for people to download a free version so you can start collecting emails. You've got a discount code there. Maybe bring that a bit further up, because people are just going to click on that link. You could have it like just underneath it or just above it. It's kind of nice having it at the top, because then you see it straight away. Like nothing's hidden when people are watching the videos. But if you are offering 15% off the first beat, then just put it a bit further up. Just might entice people a little bit more. But yeah, I definitely recommend start collecting emails with a free download link too, because then you're not relying so heavily on YouTube views. Okay, SG. So SG does reviews, which is quite an interesting one.
Share the screen again.
Oh shit, I didn't even know it wasn't shared. Let me go on. Okay, so SG does reviews for... He's done them on some of my kits before, like some bundles, but then he's also got tutorials like how to make beats for Central C.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else he does. Yeah, Synth Palace review.
It looks like the ones that do the best are his
kit reviews.
Reviews of kits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing he's probably one of the only people that's doing that. So he's like the go-to guy for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that could really be your niche. Like,
but
you've
the only thing I'm thinking about that is so niche that the target audience market is going to be very small.
Yeah.
Yeah, reviews of producer products.
But it seems like that's what people enjoy, just because he probably is the only one that's consistently doing that. But it could be a lane where he opens it up to more than just kits from YouTubers, but maybe all the best splice sounds, or the best sounds in cymatics, or
even like hardware stuff as well.
All the massive platforms.
Yeah, like tech reviews. It can lead into that.
Mm-hmm.
All different tech reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Although the only thing I'd say is like,
which those channels do really well.
I just think like, what do you actually want to do? What do you want to get out of YouTube? Because obviously, if you go just for views, then you can go for like more of these like tech reviews. Oh my god.
True. Oh man, he cut out at a terrible time.
I think I know what he was going to say though. I think kind of like what we've been saying to the other guys, just think about what you actually want out of this. I think if you're just doing reviews, then it's going to be really hard to sell a product yourself.
Yeah,
I think
but then you could do affiliate deals.
Yeah, definitely. So that's going to be your main source of income really if you're going to do reviews.
Yeah,
like just setting up affiliate programs with people,
which can be lucrative for
sure.
Yeah,
definitely. Because if you've got videos that pop off for like every review, and then you're getting an affiliate commission for each one on different products, then it can be lucrative. And then when the AdSense starts coming in,
I'd be interested to know what exactly he wants to do, because he's also got videos of just making beats, right?
Yeah.
And random ones like how to heal from beat block. Like it's not super specific. It's still just very much music production, which is nothing wrong with that for sure. You can just do music production.
Yeah.
But maybe he could be onto something with the reviews, because those are the ones that are getting the most views.
Yeah, I'd say jumping from, like you said, Ocean, jumping from reviews to cook-ups, it's quite a bit different. So I just don't know if he's doing the reviews so that his cook-ups can get traction as well. Because sometimes it's like, I'm a producer, I just want attention somehow. Maybe I'll do reviews so people will watch them. But then it's going to be hard to get, you're not really bringing in that audience to watch you cook up. You're bringing in an audience that just want to watch reviews, so then they might not be bothered when you start cooking up.
Yeah,
so I just
be careful
way
to get attention to yourself.
Yeah, that's your goal.
You need to figure out a way that you can still get attention by taking advantage of like popular trending themes and stuff, but it's still tie it back to you, not someone else's offer or someone else's product. You know.
But the thumbnails, they look clean, especially the very simple ones. He seems like he's got way better with the thumbnails as you go up. It's becoming more clean.
Yeah, they're starting to improve. I do think the background's a little bit off-putting.
something I was just going to suggest as well. For example, Worth the Hype, Carvy's Melody Mastery Review. Something to play around with other ones could be, I spent $200 on this kit, or this kit, they sell this kit for $1,000, but is it really worth it? Like, usually I've seen once you put numbers and dollar signs in the title, sometimes that does do well.
Yeah, agreed. I'm just trying to see which other ones have popped off a little bit more. Let me go to his most popular ones. Yeah, those ones seem to work quite well, where the product's quite big on the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Synth Palace, it's right there in your face. Melody Mastery, Vintage, all these, they're like right there in your face, and that's like the main focus.
And what about
especially
his actual
reviews,
content?
like people want to see the product straight away.
What these videos actually?
But it also, I mean, all his popular ones are kits, VSTs, reviews. Maybe he's doing a format where his review content is actually better than his cook-up content. As well. And people enjoy that. People maybe want to see that more from him.
Let's just
like
watch
I said, there is a good lane that he could carve out for himself, just doing reviews of stuff. If you
Yo guys,
I'd say maybe if he's doing reviews, then the hook could be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, yo, it's good guys, welcome back, which is something that I used to do as well. I think stop that, because that might work for some people, but I feel like it works more for people that already have quite a big audience who are just coming to watch you for you. But people are coming to your channel to hear about this product, to hear about the review. So I don't think they're yet anyway are as bothered about you in this moment. That could change, but I think just the first few seconds could be something similar
just
to like what you were saying,
really.
Ocean. It's like, what would be a good hook for this one?
I think he could literally just be like, I just got this mini stash volume 3 kit. Let's take a look inside and see what we got, and just go straight into the action.
Yeah,
it could be something like a question hook as well. Like, is it going to be worth? Is it even worth $7? Like, just a question hook, and then because he's already said it's a good kit before we even got into it, so you need to let people kind of hook people a bit more with. Okay, is it going to be a good
there's
kit?
no intrigue there.
Yeah,
now that you said it's good.
Yeah, you've kind of killed the whole.
Yeah, maybe something like,
part.
yeah, maybe something like, this kit was $100, and I'm seeing producers talk about it everywhere. But is it really worth it? Let's find out.
Let's find
just
out.
something like that.
Yeah.
Or even something that people like as well. You can be like, do not buy this kit until you watch this video.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm going to be showing, because I'm going to be making a beat and seeing if it's actually that good.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm trying to say? And then, yeah, it's just a bit more hooky. There's ways to improve it for sure.
And that's a good idea as well, Ocean. Like, yeah,
I think
is it going to be good
ChatGPT
to
can
cook
really
up
help with that, can't it?
Yeah, is it going to be good to cook up with? And then and that's a good way to showcase your skills as well. So, yeah, it's a good way of presenting it.
And
Definitely,
also, it would be good to see him discover the kit with the viewer, rather than telling us, "I've used it, it's good." Nah. Instead, maybe it could be cool. Just be like, "Okay, this is my first time opening the pack. Let's see what we got." And it's almost like we're on this journey with him now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're going through that progression with him.
Yeah.
I think because in the intro you've kind of closed the loop instantly. So if you listen, part of me thinks saying, "Oh, it's the best sample pack of 2025," you kind of close that loop too soon, where it's like, okay, so you've kind of told me instantly that it's the best kit, so do I really need to watch it now? Do you know what I mean? Part of me is like, maybe create a bit more curiosity. You could still say it's a fire kit, but there might be a different way to do it, where it's like,
I honestly don't think he should even say it's a fire kit. I think he should leave that.
No, he shouldn't.
Or even he can foreshadow it, so he can say, today we're going to be testing to see if it's any good, and then you can even put like a coming up kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he's maybe reacting to his beat like, "Oh my god, this is sick," or "Man, this sound is so weird," because then it kind of throws people off. Like, what can I expect? The only way I'm going to figure out what to expect is if I actually watch this video.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're not giving too much away.
Yeah, definitely. Or if he's going to say something about being the best kit of 2025, maybe position it as, a question like, "Is this the best kit of 2025?" rather than "It is the best kit," because then people want to watch like, "I don't know, is it? Let me keep watching and I'll find out."
Yeah. Oh, you know what could even be cool? if Carvey mentions in his video, man, this is the best kit of 2025, then he can react to it and be like, but is it really? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like he's questioning Carvey.
Definitely. Yeah, so some work with the intro definitely would keep people engaged. And then the titles, like Ocean was saying. I do think the thumbnails could be improved a little bit. I think the background for me is a little bit distracting. Maybe it's like the 3 blocks in the background. Maybe if it's just blurred a little bit more, and then you could make yourself that little bit bigger. But it seems to be like the ones that work are, see, like that one. See how he's a little bit bigger there. He's taking up more space, and the product's quite big as well. I'm not really thinking about the background there, but there, because all the lights are in the background and all the panels and stuff, it's just, even though that one's like working quite well, I think you could just make yourself a little bit bigger, maybe just blur out the background a little bit more. But yeah, this type of format seems to be working well, like the big image and you quite big there too.
Does he have a Discord?
Let's see.
Maybe in his links. I was just thinking when you said at the beginning, Notion, like it could be more of getting the viewer involved, so it could even be like a subtle signal at the beginning of the video, like, oh, so and so dropped this in the Discord, this new kit from Carvey, let's check it out. You know, you could have like a whole section where people can post new kits that are coming out, and then that can kind of help plug his own community.
Well, so this is interesting. So he's selling sound kits, which is going to be really hard to do if you're reviewing other sound kits.
Yeah, it's not why people are coming to watch this video. He should just do affiliate deals on these kind of videos.
Yeah, for sure.
Get a cut for at least, talking about it or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for people to want to watch you cook up. Well, I guess if you're doing reviews and you're cooking up, because he is with cooking up with them, right?
You have to demonstrate your sounds for it to work.
Oh, so he is actually. So obviously he's making a beat with the kits.
Okay,
yeah, that's interesting though, because it's not just like straight up talking about it. He is actually cooking up.
Yeah, if he's using his kits too, then that's calm, because at least it's demonstrating his kits as well. But I personally think these days having the least amount of links to buy something, and the more targeted the links, the better.
Yeah.
And the packaging of the video is like people are coming to see Carvey's kit, not your kit, so they're way more likely to just get what they need. Is it a good kit? Yes, okay, I'm going to go buy his kit. Not, oh wait, he's, you know what I mean? It's a bit misleading.
Maybe I would suggest, if he could have if he could maybe go with 2 links just to test out. One link directly to the kit that he's promoting, the review, and one link directly to the kit that he's used in his video, and just see how it performs. Yeah.
If you use Bitly to like shorten the links as well, it will tell you how many times people are clicking on it. So if your main thing is going to be affiliate marketing because you're doing product reviews, then just use something like Bitly or a UTM tracker just to see how many people are clicking on those links, and then you have data to present to people. So for example, if you hit me up and you were like, I'm doing product reviews, I want to review your new bundle, last month I generated 10,000 clicks, I'm going to be like, yeah, let's work, like what do you want? People will be way more likely to hear you out and offer a higher percentage rather than you just saying, send me a kit, I'll do a review. I don't know what I think like with mine, for example, I think you just asked me to send in the kit. I'd be tempted to just ask people for a affiliate cut. People would be stupid to say no, even if it is just like a little 10%. But if you could start tracking that data to show people how many times people are clicking on those links, then you've just got more bargaining power.
Yeah.
So a few things to work on there, but he hasn't.
I was just going to say as well, just a little thing with Bitly. I think Bitly have been cheeky now. You have to pay to see the analytics. So there is a free one called Linkly.
Oh, okay.
That does the same thing. But you don't have to pay to see the clicks, just in case.
Got ya. Okay. Cool. Let's jump over to Abby Koi. Is that an AI image or is that?
Looks like it, yeah.
Maybe.
Or like AI enhanced, something like that.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, you can see. Sounded like Timberland there. First of all,
take the tag out.
The consistency, is not there.
Nah, everything's way too different.
But even in the uploads,
oh yeah, 9 years.
If you go to the top, it's like 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 in a month.
There's basically 93 videos in 9 years. But then let's see when you started. Maybe 2 years ago you started uploading a bit more frequently. But then just in recent times, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months.
I'd say honestly, like just a quick look, it's too all over the place. You've got one upload rap and electronic, one boom bap, the next drill, the next dancehall and reggaeton. There's like consistency is all over the place, and that's fine. Like if you just want to post whatever you want to post, then maybe this is the channel. But I think it's going to be kind of difficult to grow a consistent fan base. Yeah, being all over the place like that.
Yeah, 100%. It's tough with type beats because the channels that do really well seem to just focus on one style of beat. There's some channels that can do it, like is it Any Vibe? I think he does quite well, and he posts a range of beats.
That's kind of clever.
So he'll have like 2,000 names, Central C. Yeah, exactly. And things seem quite different here. There's nothing that's saying these thumbnails are amazing. Like, you know, the face is quite hidden there. Like, if I was looking at these thumbnails, I'd be like, yeah, the thumbnails need work. But his beats are probably really good.
Yeah, exactly. The product's probably right up there.
Oldest. 6 years.
Yeah.
And I think I've heard some of his beats, and the beats are sick. So sometimes the packaging doesn't matter too much when the beat's fire, because as soon as someone listens to the beat, they're gonna stay locked in and then listen to more beats.
I hear that, but honestly, that's an exception.
Yeah, this is like an exception.
Well if you can optimize where you can, take those small wins.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
And
just from just looking at the thumbnails, they're not it. No. They're not really.
In this one,
they're not enticing.
Or Any Vibe.
None of them are enticing.
Yeah, and just to go off of that as well, I think
just way too different.
With type B stuff, definitely do all the best practices stuff, niche down, get your keywords sorted out and all that stuff. But another thing to think of, like, to have in your head is we've all spoken with a lot of people that run type B channels. We all hear the same things, like you have to upload constantly, you know, have the right the consistent. Oh my god.
He's like about to drop a gem and then he just cuts off every time.
Give me like 1 minute, I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
My bad, this internet keeps cutting me off. But, yeah, it'd be one thing to be consistent and stuff, but a lot of the times people are just kind of, it's kind of luck sometimes. Sometimes it can be just down to luck. One beat will take off and that grabs your core audience, and then you're kind of good from then on, as long as you have the right, you know, as long as you're still uploading consistently under the same genre and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of hit and miss with type B channels.
You cut off basically all of that for us, but I think the recording would have still been working, so I'm sure people heard it.
Hopefully. I need to upgrade this week. It's killing me this week, last 2 weeks.
Definitely, man.
But it's just these calls, man. I don't know what it is. Like Zoom, totally fine. I don't know why it's not having it for Riverside. Yeah,
just a lot to take in.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think we've covered it for this one. But the consistency just isn't there. I maybe wouldn't have your name like everywhere. You know, it seems like the main focus of these thumbnails is your name. But at this point, when you're still growing, people obviously wouldn't recognize it straight away. Yeah, and like all of these just basically look the same. Do some research for making thumbnails for type beats. Just have a look at the channels that are actually working and think about the style of beat that you like to make the most, because it needs to be something that you can be consistent with. Like, don't just think about whatever's gonna get clicks if you don't like making that type of beat. If you're one of those people that makes a lot of different styles, it's quite tricky to upload everything to the same channel.
Well, even in saying that, for example, she has a Vibe Cartel beat at the top, but there's no image of Vibe Cartel, so it makes it a lot harder to click on.
Yeah.
Or reggaeton, dancehall and reggaeton Vibes Cartel type beat.
Like there's an Afro beat there, but then an American flag. It's not really.
Yeah, like there needs to be more cohesion. Maybe if you're gonna go for dancehall and reggaeton, maybe just. My instinct would be to choose one keyword of that and then go with an artist with that.
So the ones that are instantly popping up, most of the time it is the artist on there. There was a time when people were uploading, it was before type beats, it would be like hip-hop instrumental, dark hip-hop beat.
Yeah.
And during those times you could get away with thumbnails that were a little bit more, I guess, just relevant to the vibe, like maybe it's some like palm trees in the back or whatever it is, but these days it's like
right now, man.
Yeah, that
not if you're new.
Yeah, that wave is kind of past.
Yeah,
it's like just look at what's working and why change it. You don't have to copy, but there's a reason that all the big channels are doing a similar type of thing. You just want to make it easy for people. Like if I'm an artist and I'm searching for a type of beat, I'm looking at the thumbnail and be like, yeah, that's my guy. I like his style of music, so I'm just gonna click on that. You know what I mean?
Or even, I feel like with that channel, they're trying to go for consistent in terms of branding, right? So there's always Abby Koi. They're always putting their name on it.
Yeah.
And I think that can work if you want to be like, if you want to have a consistent brand. But then I think you have to change the game that you're playing a bit and think about why are people gonna click on this? If you want to put your consistent branding in. So for example, I just saw on the other one there was type beat channels which only have girls.
Yeah.
But then maybe their branding is just girls. What can Abby Koi put that is consistent but also visually appealing?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I think some work to do on that one. Let's go to an Instagram one quick, just in case we run out of time, just to switch things up. Because I know Owen's been trying to put out some content, tutorials. His beats are fire. He makes really good loops. 800k plays on BeatStars, which is sick. And now he's been recently stepping into content. So let's just have a quick watch. Wait, let me hear that hook. Instantly, I'd say there, here's how I made this. One thing I'm learning is try and make it more about the people that are watching the videos. Like if you're saying how I made this type of beat, if you actually produced for Polo G, Lil TJ, and you were like how I made this beat for him, you know, like you'd actually produce for him, then that could work. But I think if you're teaching people something, make it more about them, where the hook's more like if you want to make beats like Lil TJ and Polo G, then, you know, kind of lean in like that instead of how I did something. So the beats are really high quality. I think like I'm guilty of this as well, but I think with the hook being his like how I made this, but then not really explaining how we did it. I think if you were kind of going down the path of let me teach people how to make something, then sometimes it can help to just explain things a little bit as he's going through it. But then on the flip side, like sometimes these ones work quite well where it's just easy to listen to, it's just looping nicely, and then the text is there. Just watch another one. See, right in that instant, if I'm someone scrolling through Instagram and I don't know who you are, I'm just like,
what's good, y'all? My name is
I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I think the hook there, if people don't really know who you are yet, I think the hook just needs to be a lot stronger. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, can you keep on playing that video just a little bit longer?
My name is
So if you're pushing like the loop kit there, it's quite hard to get views anyway when you're pushing the loop kit. But maybe not introducing yourself straight away, especially on a reel or TikTok, because people are gone within the first few seconds. I think the hook needs to be more like, if you want to make beats like Lil TJ, these are the perfect loops for you, or something along those lines. You can type a few things into Chat GPT to kind of nail down the hook, but I think as soon as people hear what's good people, I'm OMB on a Instagram reel, they're just gone.
Yeah, I hear that. It is always tough kind of promoing stuff on Instagram because they just shorten the reach ASAP.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, I agree. Maybe you don't even need to introduce yourself too much. Just here's the best loops that you can find,
Yeah.
or here's the best loops on the internet for Lil TJ type beats.
Mm-hmm.
But again, remember, your post is also your target market audience immediately gets small.
Yeah.
So you also don't expect. I mean, it's hard to say, man. Imagine a post can just blow up and get 2 million views. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But
it's hard to promote kits and expect a lot of views straight away.
But what I have seen work for kit promotions is people kind of cooking up with the kit, kind of how we just did it in the last video, but just a faster pace.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think that's also a stylistic choice. It's maybe not for everyone.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, maybe personally I think he should invest in his set a little bit. Maybe if you go back, not that one. Oh, sorry, yeah, this one. Sorry, yeah, go back.
This one.
No, the last one.
This one.
Okay, so let it play a little bit. I think that background is kind of boring. It's not very
Yeah, because the first bit looks alright, doesn't it? Because it looks more like a studio. But then when it gets to...
It's not... There's no... what's the word I'm trying to look for? There's no...
This just looks like a bedroom producer.
Appeal. There's no visual trigger. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I hear that.
There's nothing that wants to make you look apart from having a door. But I don't think the door is strong enough. Sometimes just honestly having it somewhat... And it doesn't have to be a crazy background. It doesn't need to be a studio. But for example, if you see Shonsi's videos, I think one thing that he does well that some people don't pick up on is the fact that his background is so weird that when you click the video, it's like, what the hell is he doing?
It's like, is it AI? Like, is he really there? Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it gets you to stay longer.
Uh-huh.
Or even if you did want to have more of like a studio background, at least it kind of tells you. Like your videos have a very good, strong visual background because you've got a color to it. You've got this orange tint. Yeah. And it almost looks like you're in this like boss-like kind of music studio office space. I think these things on Instagram do play a part because to me it seems like it's a lot more about aesthetics.
Yeah. Because I guess when people see something for the first time, like if someone doesn't know you, I think in this moment they might be thinking, why should I listen to this guy because he's just in his bedroom cooking up? I know it seems like a fucked up thing to say, but that's how branding works, right? Like imagine if he had a plaque there or just something to make people think, yeah, maybe I need to listen to this guy. Obviously it doesn't have to be a plaque, but that was just like one example, a plaque or just switching something up. It's just too plain right now, I think, personally. Yeah. The view's not even that bad. Maybe he could play into the view a little bit more, maybe make it a lot less exposed or something. Yeah, there's a lot of like imagine that at night. That view at night, if he was able to nail the lighting, that could be way more interesting. It could be like, oh man, where's this guy cooking up from? It looks like he's kind of in a cabin in the forest or something. Yeah, that might be quite tricky to nail, because would you need like the lights outside? But you could have some type of lighting behind you, even just... Yeah, I'm trying to think what it could be. I think even just to start with, some type of lighting would work. Like you said, just decreasing the exposure a bit, because that window's letting through like a lot of light. And then obviously you can just see like the curtain and then an empty wall. I think it may be too simple. Yeah. Do you have any ideas what he could put there? I think he can play into what he's got. If he's able to make his background, the window with the nature outside, if he can nail the colors a little bit better, I think he could just play into that, to be honest with you. It could make it a lot more visually appealing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. People do like a good view on Instagram. Yeah. Maybe if he did just nail the color a bit, I wonder what it would look like if the camera was a bit more to the right, so we could see if he's gonna like use the background as his main thing. What if there was like more of that? I know in saying this, some people might be like, oh, but it doesn't really matter. It's not that important. I hear that, but then if it's not important, other things have to be going for you. Maybe the beat is absolutely crazy, or the way how the edit of the door is insane. Yeah. Like, for example, you know,
Machiavelli 99. I think that's her name.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's kind of just sitting in her chair but cooking up. But I think the edit looks more appealing. The lighting,
Yeah.
it's a bit more striking. So I think these things do play a part. If you can make it just stand out a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I think it just doesn't say much about the character. Like, people do watch videos and start to like the person involved. Maybe this just doesn't say much about you. Like, maybe there was something in the background as well, just to tell us a bit more about you too. Like, you know, like some people will have like a random collection of something because that's what they're into. I mean,
Timothy brings his lizard on him.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Just to you know what I mean, anything. It could be anything. It's hard to say. I think you can figure that out for yourself or what works for your personality.
Yeah, because the chances are like you'll be into something that a lot of other producers are into. Like, a lot of people were into like anime, maybe your things like South Park, and there's some South Park shit behind you. I don't know, just like something that tells us a bit more about you, or just makes it look a bit more aesthetically pleasing and just more interesting. It could help. But let me just see one more video. Yeah, so that's a simple one. Yeah, again with shorts, it's tricky to decide like how to start it, because I've had videos do really well where I haven't really said anything in the intro and it's just been like a POV. I've had videos do well where I've just been like holding the camera and like pointing it at the screen and be like, yo guys, like you need to try this trick or something like that, which are a lot more natural. And then I've also had videos that could do well where there's some sort of hook in the intro, like for example, where was it now? Like this one reminds me of so I've just made one of my hardest beats yet, but it doesn't look that excited about it. So
what if you even put that higher up?
Yeah,
more in the middle or just underneath him.
I remember, so you know Session Olin, he had a video go viral on TikTok a while back. It reminded me of this because similar concept, like I just made my hardest beat yet, and he was like, in the video it just started with him saying, I've just made the most insane beat ever. My hands are literally shaking. I'm like, that's a good hook, because then I'm like, now I have to listen, because whose hands start shaking after they've made a beat? Obviously that's like at a like extreme level compared to this, but it might just be worth like trying something with the hook. And then even when you've got the text that says keep listening for the drums, maybe bring that in a bit sooner, because again, like trying to grow with short form content, man, you've got a few seconds to capture people before they're scrolling on. So those first few seconds are really important, man. Yeah, but they're not doing bad. Like, he's getting some engagement, the beats are good. He's always got 5 beats
as well. Remember how we was just talking before that you need to be a bit more like, can you just see what his consistency is? Because on here it's showing like 2014 and that. Maybe if you go to his Reels tab, will it show?
Oh, like when he's been posting them. So some sample list videos. And then, yeah, so I think the majority of it is him not talking, right? And then just having like...
There was one that said 13K. Let's check that out. See what...
Oh yeah, this one's the 9K as well. Where was the 13K one?
So well. That one, yeah. So one thing...
Say that again.
One thing. This one comes in with more energy straight away.
Yeah.
In the other ones, his intro was very slow.
Uh-huh.
That might be a difference.
And like you said, with the background, more effects. The background's a bit more clear as well. There's some nice greenery, you know, and that last one was really exposed. But yeah, I think you're right with this one. Like, the main thing is just the straight away. There's some drums. So maybe those beats where the build up is just a bit too slow, maybe they struggle a bit more. Let me watch that one with 9K. Drums come in pretty quick, I guess. Yeah, so maybe that's the thing. If he's going to make those videos where he's not talking as much, maybe just more energy a bit sooner. Right?
Maybe so. Yeah. Maybe also those ones that we just played.
Oh wait, let's see this. 37K.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's check that.
Straight away, man.
Active though. Yeah.
This is what you need to do then.
Way more energy.
More edits as well. Yeah, see, this is just way more exciting to watch. Short and sweet. I could see why that's done well. I'd be looking at that thinking like, I just need to do more of this. If that one has done 37k, and then straight after that, you've gone back to the normal one. Even your next one there with the keys 7k or basically 8k, that might be your thing, bro. That seems to be working more. All right, let's.
Yeah, man. And also maybe just post more. I was trying to say earlier, you was telling me it needs to be. It could be that you need to do daily these days. Maybe not even daily, but just more consistent. Because I saw when we was clicking, it looked like the last few ones were 2024. No.
Let's see. So
Here's how I made a perfect
March 18th, February 19th, February 17th, February 7th, January 7th. Yeah, so that's like
one a month.
yeah, it needs to be way more than that. There's a lot of potential as well because the beats are fire. Some of them were getting good views.
Yeah, man.
It could just be a consistency thing. All right, we might have time for another one. Could we do something different? Let's do.
What's this one? Okay.
Let's see. Videos.
So this is very music production heavy, to do with Cubase. It's looking like.
Instantly with Cubase, I don't know how many Cubase users there are, but I think you're targeting a much smaller audience compared to FL users. But then again, it's not necessarily a bad thing because anyone who uses Cubase does need to learn as well, right?
And that you'll be the go-to person.
Yeah.
I like the consistency in branding in terms of the purple. But for example, unlock the full potential of playback modes in Cubase. There's a lot of space in that thumbnail.
Yeah.
Like we could definitely. I think she shows a lot of her from the waist up. What if we just show from the shoulder up?
Yeah.
Make you a lot bigger in the thumbnail.
Yeah, definitely.
Take not so much purple, but keep the purple in there, but just make all the elements like more in your face, maybe.
Yeah, 100%. Like this one. Yeah, like in that one, for example, just make yourself way bigger on that side. And also, I think with like the text you're using, like MIDI remote, I'm not really seeing anything else to do with that. Do you know what I mean? Or unless you mean like MIDI controller. Wait, make any MIDI controller work seamlessly in Cubase with MIDI remote. Maybe there needs to be a screenshot of whatever MIDI remote is. I'm guessing that's something in Cubase. Maybe that needs to be there.
If it's a tutorial, what if we just make it simpler and how to make any MIDI controller work seamlessly in Cubase?
Yeah.
Because it's easier to read and I just know what I'm going to be clicking into.
Yeah, it'll be more evergreen as well, like what people are actually typing in.
What if you scroll down a little bit, yeah?
This one, for example, as well, stop producing like this. There's nothing that's really showing me how you're producing for me to stop that. But if there was a screenshot where it was maybe something really relatable, because again, the background's like kind of busy, I'd maybe make
quite dark.
Yeah, quite dark. If you're saying stop producing like this, I'd maybe have a screenshot of the technique that people are getting wrong. Just something that's really recognizable. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I had a video do well on my channel where I'm teaching people how to make melodies, but in the thumbnail I said don't start with chords, and obviously most people start with chords, so looking at that I'm like, oh shit, should I not start with chords? And then it performed really well. So if you're saying stop producing like this, like stop producing like what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to see what those thumbnails before were saying in terms of views.
Oh yeah, so like these were performing a bit better.
That whole row is doing good compared to all these purple ones above it.
Yeah.
They all had a K, whereas before, and you notice how to use, 3 easy tricks. These are headlines, these are titles that are very easy to understand, and she's just way bigger in the thumbnails.
Yeah,
she should play on this a bit more.
That was done almost 3K, and again, you're quite bigger there. It's a little bit more up front.
That's a good title. Yeah, no, I think this one's got the potential to be the go-to for Cubase for sure.
Let me click on one of the videos just to see.
Not
Cubase can look very.
Quite like that intro. straight to it.
It's good.
It's about the person who's watching, so I'm not mad at that. Maybe it's a packaging thing.
It's mainly the packaging.
Mm-hmm. Let me watch another one. That I don't know if I'm so keen on. If I'm watching a video and someone's telling me I'm gonna have to take a quiz, I'm like, I'm not here to take a fucking quiz. I'm just trying to
just give me the answer, innit?
Yeah. So I feel like that might put people off. The intro in the last one was good, but as soon as you mentioned I'm gonna have to do some work. Yeah, straight to the point is really good.
Okay, this is just a stream cut though.
Oh yeah, it's just a bit harder to do an intro if it's taken from the stream. Good. Yeah,
Easy,
straight to the point.
Look, if I'm gonna nitpick here, I'll just say fix the colors a little bit more. To me, she looks really dark.
Yeah.
Maybe get an Elgato on you, even brighter, light up your face a bit more. Maybe one behind you to have it backlit. Like if you look on my screen now, when I go in front of my lamp,
Let me
like
go
a
on
nice
yours.
hue around me.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe one on the side. The purple is fine, but you just need to light yourself better.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it's the packaging, and you got it really.
100%.
I think, yeah, man. I think she's onto something with just being the Cubase person.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Any question that anybody could ever have on Cubase, you just make a video on it, and you're the go-to person. That's the game plan, isn't it?
Let me type in Cubase tutorial just to see if there's an example of.
Yeah, learn Cubase in 8 minutes. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a good one. 15k views. So there's a lot of potential there.
I know the other guys, their stuff is kind of busy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no one that's really standing out as, oh, they're doing it amazing. Like, that's done 182k views, but the thumbnail's kind of awful.
Thumbnail was horrendous.
So that's kind of crazy to see. So maybe it's because there's such a gap in the market for it. Maybe there's just not many people doing it, so you can be that person. So yeah, stick to it. Definitely stick to it. Just work on the packaging a little bit more. Work on improving some like Photoshop skills just to work on the thumbnail a bit more.
Yeah, one thing I would do as well, if I was this channel, I would adapt more content ideas from other people. So I'm just trying to think, what's on.
Well, I'm sure even anything that you're trying to learn in FL Studio, people want to know how to do it in Cubase, like how to slide 808. So
I'm sure she's probably got a list of all the things that people want to know, but definitely a complete beginner's guide, and make a really long video on that for Cubase.
Stuff like that.
If I was new to Cubase, these are the things I would learn.
Yeah.
Or I've been using Cubase for 12 years. These are the top tip. You know, these kind of videos that always pop for other people.
Yeah, definitely.
And other niches.
Yeah, there's potential there. It is just the packaging. As soon as I look at them, I'm like, there's too much background. I don't think there's any need for that much background. Make yourself bigger. Think about when people are scrolling on the phones as well. Like, I'm looking on a desktop here and I still think they're kind of small. You can make yourself pop a lot more. So yeah, some nice work, man. There's some potential there, definitely. Let's do should we do this last one? RMC. Cool. So RMC, how long's RMC been uploading? So 2 years.
I think he done a new channel, right? He used to have a different channel before that was still making beats.
Got ya.
But he started again.
So
I think he's onto something though with the R&B stuff, because all this stuff
not
seems
a lot of
to
people
be
do R&B tutorials.
Yeah, he's niched it down, which is good. He can be the go-to guy for the R&B stuff.
Let's see.
To me personally, I think some of the thumbnails are
too heavily edited.
Overcooked. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they worked at like one point, but yeah, maybe like you said, they're just too overly edited.
I would say, yeah, depends on your target audience, innit? If your not even your target audience, but your current audience. If your current audience is young people, people who are below the age of 25, maybe this might work well. But I think as your audience gets older, the simpler your thumbnails can be.
Yeah. And I think people who are making R&B probably are a little bit older.
Good point.
I don't think there's a lot of young people making R&B. I could be wrong because I'm not really in that world. But if you think about who he's got in the thumbnail, Chris Brown. Like, Chris Brown's from our generation.
But I mean, to be fair, he's still making hits.
Yeah, he's still relevant. Burna Boy, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, the views are good though.
Yeah,
man.
7K. What's the most popular one? Let's have a look. How to make R&B
consistent.
beats with no guitar. Okay, so straightforward title. The consistency is there in terms of the
views
branding.
Are consistent.
Yeah.
To me personally, the one I would click out is making an R&B beat for Chris Brown, where it's just his face. It's not so overly processed.
This one. Yeah, that one stood out to me as well when I looked. But then I was thinking, how come that one hasn't done as many views as the other ones? Let's see. Or let me go on. Sorry, I just want to watch like the intro for the latest one. So I quite like the intro.
That's funny because Jay Sean is a one-hit wonder in the US, but in the UK he's like a not underground legend. He is a legend, especially in like the Asian community.
Yeah.
He had some bangers.
Yeah, I'm not really mad at that.
I like it, man. I think this is a good video. I think, but okay, the way how I'm seeing it, his video is not fast-paced, right? It's quite simple.
Yeah.
Which to me makes it seem like his audience has to be older.
Yeah, and with the people his name dropping, even in the intro he said 90s babies and 80s babies, so that's your target audience.
I would play around with a simpler thumbnail, personally.
Yeah, I think I agree. They look cool, but it might be worth trying something new. Has he tried? What did they used to look like? So it looks like he did try a few simpler ones.
Yeah, maybe they just do work. It's interesting to see, innit?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one because he's gone from that and it looks like he tried to experiment with a new style. Maybe the new style wasn't popping off. And then when he went back to this style, he started getting a few more views.
But then also one thing that will play a part, maybe you can speak to this, when you're doing these kind of tutorials, the ones that are always going to get good views is when the timing is right. So when you do Essential C beat, when he drops his Essential C album, it's going to slap.
Yeah, 100%.
So timing, whoever's the hottest R&B guy, if he's just dropped it, might be worth to make sure, bang, you got it.
Yeah, that's one thing I do, to be honest. I'm always checking the trending section on YouTube. I go to trending, go to music, see what's popping at the moment. And then
put it in the title or in the thumbnail too.
Yeah, definitely. Or if you know an artist is going to be dropping an album soon, just try and be quick on that. I used to be a lot quicker on
refreshing this page?
Refreshing it?
Yeah.
Is it frozen for you?
No, I just wanted to see the chronological order again.
Okay.
Because there's a slight difference in some of the thumbnails. Now he's putting his face on them, and it's dropped. Some of the views are dropped.
Yeah.
So maybe just stick to the artist.
Yeah, that was my issue I was having as well, because the artist ones tend to get more clicks, but then you just have the risk of people not recognizing you as much. But so it's hard to say what the right answer there is. Like, obviously, if you want more views, then and the artist ones are getting more views, then maybe just run with those.
That's more important, I think. Right?
Yeah.
If you wanna get more people, because the more people that watch your video, the more people are gonna see you anyway.
Yeah, exactly, and they'll get to know you from watching the content.
And if you have a consistent style with the tutorial, then they'll pick up on that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because, it's like you've used your face there. It looks like the views have dropped a little bit. And also, I think that whole concept, is this drill VST still good for R&B beats? I wonder if that's a bit of a clash. It's quite a niche thing, isn't it? Like, do people want to know if a drill VST is good for R&B beats? Because I bet a lot of the people who are watching this channel just don't even have any interest in drill. It's so different.
That's a good point.
Which other ones have done really well? How to make ambient R&B beats from scratch. So they're the evergreen ones that tend to do well. Same on my channel as well, all like the how to makes.
Mm-hmm.
Tend
How
just,
to make modern 2000s R&B beats from scratch, Marcus Houston, Mario.
yeah.
But even that thumbnail, it's hard for me to tell that's Mario. To me, that looked like Adam Deacon.
Yeah, I hear that.
Oh, sorry, not Mario, Marcus Houston. It didn't really look like Marcus Houston, so I'd say just be careful with that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think this is sick, man. Just little tweaks. I'd mess around with the thumbnails to see if you could optimize that.
How often is he
Personally,
posting as well?
Don't put your face on him. That sounds so bad,
I
doesn't it?
know, but I had to learn that
The
way as
artist
well.
ones pop way harder.
Let me show you mine RMC, just so you can see what I was dealing with as well. And you can, because we looked at mine last week, didn't we? And we kind of said, right, it seems to be what's working. So again, I've put like my face there. And this one isn't performing too bad, but look, my face there. In fact, that was a vlog. So that one, I've only just tested this new thumbnail.
But I mean, the one you got with Havoc popped.
Exactly. This one was one I changed recently to try and fix it.
Oh man, flipping the one with Nems popped as well.
This one with Nems, yeah.
But also, I do think that you can get away with putting your face just because you've been doing this. Do you know what I mean? Like your channel has more of a consistent flow of return in viewers.
Yeah. Because that one did well, but the concept's quite interesting. There's actually a huge audience in India. It doesn't even look like me there. It looks like I'm an old man in that one. It looks like I've got wrinkles. But I could see why that one did well, because it just reached a whole new audience in India, and they became my second biggest audience over the past like 3 months.
Sick.
But then, yeah, the ones with the artists like Central C, that did better than these, where there's me in the thumbnail. Like even me looking at this now, like that one, I'd be like, I should probably just get rid of me and keep 50 Cent there, because if you look a bit further down, where I just did 50 Cent, 62k views.
Man. Yeah, that's like.
So I tried to recreate that, but it's like, yeah, I should have just stuck to what worked. So
why don't you switch that?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think my idea before was I didn't want to make it exactly the same as that one, because it's. But it could work.
Nah, fuck it, do it, man.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna change it.
You should do it. No rules.
100%. But I was just showing you that because I was dealing with the same problem, and then the artist ones do well. Havoc right there, Central C, the Nems one, 50 Cent. So maybe people, it's just way more familiar to people.
The Nems one was good timing as well, because he just dropped his album recently, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's been on a run at the moment. So that's how I sort of plan my videos. I'll go on what's trending. I'm always just kind of tapped into the scene anyway, just to see what's happening. So you just got, I'm sure you are with R&B as well, but you just got to jump on those moments. I just don't know too much about R&B to know like who's popping at the moment, like who's dropping albums. But just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on Spotify, on whichever pages are just dropping information on albums that are coming up, because you just want to be fast on those moments.
What could be cool as well is maybe to do ultimate guides as well, where you do a deep, big, long tutorial on whoever. For example, the ultimate guide to scissor beats. I think there would be a lot of people who would be interested in watching something like that.
100%.
The ultimate guide to Chris Brown beats.
Has he got an ultimate
maybe
one?
do errors. So 2006 to 2010 or something like that.
Don't know if there is an ultimate one. Yeah, the ultimate guides pop off. They're a bit longer to do, require more editing, but they're just one of those things that will just grow and grow over time. As soon as someone wants to start making an R&B beat, it's like everything's in that video. So that could be a good idea for sure. But yeah, we'll probably keep that as the last one.
Cool.
Well, that was good, man. Hopefully that was helpful for people.
Hopefully, man.
There was quite a few more that we could have gone through, but we have been running it for almost 2 hours, so probably a good point to finish. We could do more in a couple of weeks as well, if people like this one. It's the first one we've done.
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't mind doing them. It's, for me, I find it easier, like I was saying before, to look at other channels and see the patterns and the changes that could be made, like the potential for other people more than I can see for myself. So I don't mind doing this.
Yeah, 100%. So let us know in the comments if you want more of these. We'll definitely do them. But we'll wrap up there. Hopefully LLB joins us next time. Don't know where he went. We'll see you guys soon. Just love everyone. Peace.